Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Sin City Crypto. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts. Today's show, you do not want to miss it. We're starting off with some giggles. We have some videos of certain animals we're going to show you. Also, we're going to talk about a landmark day yesterday as the first ever standalone crypto bill passes the House. Will this be the beginning of finally having some sort of legislation for our space in the United States? Also, we're talking about Rocco's home country partnering with Polygon Matic, Italy's central bank partners. So we're going to talk about that and much, much more. But first, here's Robin.
Hola! It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel, which I'd like to pump the brakes right there. Because I need to have a moment with my community here. I need to have a moment with you sitting here watching this right now. Yes, you. I'd like to give a big round of applause to you. I'd like to give a big shout out to our viewers. Why? Because most of you here watch more than just one channel. Most of you here watch multiple crypto channels. And I know this because I've seen your names in the chats in other channels. And this morning I was watching crypto YouTube. I went through the gauntlet and I was like, what are other channels doing? And good God, I needed an extra cup of coffee because that crap is boring as hell, man. And they all talk about entertainment focus. Ain't nobody bringing the juice like we are. So when I say entertainment focused cryptocurrency channel, we bring the heat. Because there was no heat. It was lukewarm on all the other channels this morning. So I want to thank you guys for being here. And what the hell y'all doing in them other channels? Because it's painful. It's
Also, brutal. I want to thank Jeff Swartek for being a new Crypto Fam Center member. We'll change that name. So Jeff, big shout out to you for not waiting around for Jimmy to gift you one and putting your big boy pants on and getting one yourself. So to you and everyone else who supports the channel, thank you very much. Speaking of supporting the channel, let's give a big shout out to channel sponsor Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you run a business, you want to make sure your networking and your cybersecurity are top notch. There's no better company than Cam's Blue Wire Technology. Visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video. Speaking of videos, man, I got some good ones today.
What you got?
Let's start here. We're going to take a trip down the zoo here, okay? So first animal, we have a bear. Me trying to find the bathroom switch in the middle of the night. And well, guys, tell me if you can relate to this because I sure as hell can. Is that blind? Kung Fu or I'm trying to... Now, as we move along from the forests where bears are known, we're going to go to a fluffy animal, and that's a bunny rabbit. Now, Robin, when you think of a bunny rabbit,
hold on. What is going on there?
Hold on, man. Let me set this up.
What is it?
No one knows. Just hold on, okay?
Okay.
When you think of ferocious, like, they're going to get you, be careful, you usually think of like lions, tigers. You rarely think of a bunny, right? Rarely think of a rabbit. They're like the fluffy, furry, cute little creatures. Well, not this one.
Go on. Come on.
Not
What
this.
is it?
This video.
I used to buddy too.
What is?
Oh, yeah. And finally, moving on from bears and bunnies to now none other than Kermit the Frog.
Oh.
And well,
Kermit the Frog.
we showed his video yesterday, but we got cut off by Jerome Powell in his press conference. We missed the best part. And well, here it is. So this is tweeted from the dev, is you can argue the best known, the most well-known Bitcoin developer. And he shared this video, and well, let's have a listen.
We are told that cryptocurrency is very innovative. Look at the incredible financial innovation of Enron and WorldCom, and reflect on the fact that I don't believe that Satoshi Nakamoto was innovative.
What the fuck?
Satoshi Nakamoto. He definitely wasn't innovative, but you know who was Satoshi Nakamoto. Robin,
He's just trying to be funny, man.
He's not trying to
He's got no humor. He didn't misread that. Like, stop it. He's trying to be funny, and dude just got no sense of humor. it's you know, while we're on the subject of, I want to show you something myself.
You did.
Rocco. So you know, there's been all this news of aliens, right?
Mhm.
You know, you got take me to your leader. It's but watch out what you ask for because you might get some tickle kisses. So, just saying.
That's fun.
Pick it up. That looks disgusting. What the? Is that Gary Gensler?
All right.
I have Rocco swap back.
Okay.
I have
Today ping pong. Eh?
I have this from Tiffany Fong. All these UFOs need to come in and register.
That's
This
fun.
is so funny. It's just so simple and funny.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Gary and Brad, well, we did this. Winner gets $50 in Bitcoin. Name this duo.
That was me right there. I put the.
That was you.
yeah.
And just to highlight some good ones. So Brokioshi completely disrespected us by adding our faces on these two clowns.
That's really pretty good.
Also, you know, a couple good
That's
ones.
a good one. I like
Justin
that one.
Williams. This is NFT Justin from Hit Network. Posted that one. Dumb and Dumber got a lot of drops in there. Meg BZK with Dumb and Dumber. As did a lot of different people. My 10-year-old son. I asked him. He has no idea who Gary Gensler or Brad Sherman are. He said Baldy and Jameson from, and Baldy's spot on. If you have kids, they'll know who Baldy is. Just ask them. Indie Rock looks like he's trying to win here because he put 700,000 of them. But there was a few other good ones. Elizabeth Warren Spit Roast. Forget their names. Some clowns.
There was a lot of those dynamically gay duo.
Oh, the ambiguously gay duo.
Yeah, that was.
Shits and Giggles. This was a good one too. ACDC, anti-crypto in DC. That was a good one. So who will win? You'll have to tune in tomorrow. We will announce the winner.
Is that go down? Is that Courage the Cowardly Dog? That's a good one.
Where?
Yeah, right there. The two old people. Courage the Cowardly Dog. What a great cartoon.
That's a good. So a lot of good ones in there. You still have a day. If you're not following us on Twitter, we're at Sin City Crypto 1.
And do us a favor, retweet this. There's not enough retweets on this thing.
Yeah. Retweet this, guys. The winner will get $50. We'll announce it on the show tomorrow, so make sure to come back. Also, we have this. So this is a chart on the top. Young male virginity is on the rise. From 2008 to 2018 has gone from 8 to 27%. Well,
Are you in that club still?
I'm married, sir.
Okay.
It
So-
doesn't count.
Should be asking you that question. Now, Robin, is there something that comes to mind when you think, what happened in 2008? 2009?
Financial crisis.
But what was born?
Money
out of it?
printer.
What was born out of the financial crisis?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. So Crypto T retweeted and said, crypto was invented here and well, male virginity is on the rise. And so is there a correlation? You be the judge, guys. You be the judge.
Yeah, probably, because the Barbie
guys,
line.
sell your bags if you want to empty your bags.
Damn. That was a good one.
I guess the economy is back to normal. Barbie
Sell
line
your
and
bags.
Taylor
Just wanna
Swift.
empty your bag. Remember, guys, if you don't use it, you lose it, okay? It's like your private keys. Also, now this is on a little more of a serious note, Rob, but this is another trend, and that is gaming, okay?
Okay.
Men aged 15 to 24 are gaming at the highest amount ever. From a little over an hour to almost 2 hours in a matter of 3 years. We've talked about this on the show multiple times. And a lot of people have said in our community, gaming could lead the next bull market. We know that this age range of people, right, the I think it's Gen Z, they're more open and receptive to blockchain and crypto and new innovation, new fight. You know, they're tired of the old system. They want a new system. You have the hours of gaming going up in this age group. Now factor in they can make some money doing it. Are you still in the camp that gaming is not going to lead the sector, or does this change your mind?
It is
So
not.
this has no weight in your decision.
It would be like saying gaming is going to lead the internet. Like, it's going to be led by big companies. It's going to be led by Google and all of your finances. Anyways, the internet itself is never dominated by gaming. You can spend a lot of time gaming up there, but it's not the cornerstone of the internet. And what essentially is blockchain? And what is going to be Web3? Well, it's going to be an upgrade of the internet, right? Or at least that's the promise of it. And whether it gets delivered or not, that's another story. But Yeah, it's gonna be one facet. It's gonna be one avenue, one piece of the pie. But the biggest piece of the pie for blockchain is going to be money. Money is moving digitally, and money is going from a government and a policy and printing and fiat, and now it's moving to a private monetized system where I can choose who I want to transact with, what platform I want to use, what token I want to use, how I want to send value. And I think most of it's just going to run off the back of Bitcoin. I think that.
Robin, I got some bad news.
What's that?
We're at 111 viewers and only 40.
Dude, I've been watching this. It's upsetting.
Very upset.
I'm sad. So
Upset.
you can unsad me by hitting that like button. So guys, if you are new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We have Eric, JTF, Jeff Schwartz. We got Adasus, Panos, Amadi, and Il Hero. Anthony Barbacoa is back. And to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
By
Hit
the
that
way,
like button, man.
Do you ever get barbacoa when you're at like Chipotle?
I don't go to Chipotle. I've been there twice.
Do you like barbacoa? I like barbacoa.
Barbacoa is not really a thing.
Meat.
No, I get it. I'm just saying it's like a fancy word for barbecue, right? Hey man, I mean, I'm a chef and I can tell you, like, what differentiates barbacoa from barbecue?
Barbecuoa.
It's just what was it, a Hispanic flair to it, Mexican flair to it? That's it.
Watch your mouth.
I
Watch your mouth. I want to give a shout out to Destroyer. Say welcome back, David. Thank you, my friend. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday for our big party. Guys, speaking of Saturday, we're having a very special, never before done episode here on this channel Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with special in-studio guest George from Cryptos R Us. Also, you might have a couple more other special guests that have never been on this channel before. You don't want to miss it. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to Sin City Crypto. Now, Robin, have you seen, the sphere and all the cool stuff it does? Have you seen what it did with that truffle sauce?
the what?
Look at this, bro. Look at how crazy this is. So someone captured this footage flying into Vegas, right? This is the Madison Square Garden sphere. Cost $2 billion. And look at this advertisement. I mean, this is insane. You know that truff hot sauce? And look at this, bro. Look how insanely cool that looks.
Stop.
That is sick. I can't wait for someone to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy an ad space to do something very Vegas-like there. That'd be kind of fun. Also, this is Sam Altman tweeted. Now, if you're not familiar with Sam Altman, he's the CEO of OpenAI, also the founder of Worldcoin. And well, apparently this is the line of people who are lined up waiting to scan their irises. And this is here in California. And my question is, my question is this. If it's not available in the US, right, and people are incentivized by getting $50 in World Token if they scan their iris, that Sam Altman and his, I believe it was CEO Dean Blaney, was on a podcast. So the thing was on the Bankless podcast, refused to answer questions about tokenomics because of the regulatory uncertainty in the US. Why are they still coming out here in the US and getting people to scan their orbs? Are people really that brainwashed? I don't understand. Rob, we don't like it, right? We got Forrest's take on it last week. He thinks it's a complete scam. If you really look into tokenomics, it really is. Is this just something we're going to have to deal with, or what are your thoughts here? Are you surprised that this many people are so receptive to something like this?
I mean, that's the thing. You give away, what is it? I've heard $50 and I've heard $5. But whatever it is, you give people away something, they just line up in droves. They don't care what it is. Remember hey, we'll give you a hamburger and fries if you get vaccinated. Remember that one?
Wait, what? When?
You haven't seen that?
Hold on, stop it.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Wait, which company? What company was doing that?
And fries. It wasn't a company. It was literally a politician. That's the New York. Oh my God. Rocco, pull this up. Accept all cookies. Yes, please. Where's the video? Ah.
Ad. No.
Why can't I just do this on YouTube?
Free fries when you get vaccinated? I got vaccinated. You're saying I could get this? These delicious fries? Wait a minute. But there's also a burger element to this? Let me check with Bill Neathart. Is it too early in the day to eat a burger? No. This could be breakfast? Okay. I want you to look at this and think about, again, some people love hamburgers, some don't. Really want to respect all ways of life. But if this is appealing to you, just think of this when you think of vaccination.
Okay. What the hell, dude? That's the dumbest shit.
So, what I'm saying is that this level of coercion is not new. And so now they got the freaking the eye scanner like, like, yo, get $50, what? Like stop, man. Like, I don't know what the hell they're doing there, man. Like, shit's creepy, dude.
So sad. That's so sad.
And for $5 or $50, it's scan your eyeball into this giant silver ball thing. It looks weird, bro.
That's some ball on ball crime.
I'm
man.
just saying that, like, why? If it was just a camera, hear me out. If it was just a camera,
don't
they would just use a phone. If it was just a camera, they would use a camera. What the hell is inside of that circle, bro? That's what I want to know. And guys, I want the chat to tell me what is inside.
Hold on, man. You have been oddly conspiracy lately.
What is inside? No, it's not conspiracy theory. It's a giant circle. Like, why are they doing it, man? I'm telling you, the aliens are real.
They are.
The government has come out and said they are.
They actually say that.
And then there's ChatGPT that's trying to take over the world. The creator's running around with a silver orb saying, "Let me give you $5 to scan your eyeball." Like, I'm telling you, man, if you think that's just a camera, no. And also, I wanna throw a cookie out there, right?
Cookie, fries, and a burger.
Where the appetizer?
This cookie, if everybody else is offering products, you get $50 to scan your eyeball with a weird orb. Mm-hmm. You get a hamburger and a cheeseburger and a side of fries for vaccine. Mm-hmm. We will open up the club with 150 likes today. We will. We're at 75. We need a 2x the likes here. We got 148 people in the chat.
Saying 175.
No, it's 150. The man has spoken. At 150 likes, we don't even have enough people in here to like it. So we have to rely on everybody to have participation, bringing more people in, and getting more likes. Now we got 151 people in here. So if everybody smashes the like button, we will open up the club. And if you have no idea what we're talking about, well, hit the like button, you'll find out.
All right, guys, let's keep this thing moving here. So we have this piece of news that might upset you. The Southern District of New York and the Department of Justice have dropped the campaign finance charges against none other than Sam Bankman-Fried. Sam and others involved in sending millions in customer funds to U.S. and Bahamian politicians are getting a pass. So there's a huge uproar on this. Some people are saying, of course he's getting a pass. He's in the cahoots with the government. He's got a lot of friends in high places. I think the answer to this comes down to it was has something to do with Bahamas and getting him extradited here. Rob, we've seen another of the accusations get dropped, the charges get dropped. What is left is still serious, but seeing things like this happen, are you becoming more and more concerned that the guy might actually not spend any time in jail?
Is it possible?
Anything's possible. You're over here blowing kisses to Maxine Waters, ranking member, who's been in.
She blew a kiss at him?
He blew a kiss at him.
Not him to her.
I'm sure he gave her
a man cannot blow another person a kiss. You're not allowed to do that. That's just weird.
What?
A man can't be like blowing kisses. That's like a.
You've never blown anyone a kiss?
That's a late. No, have you?
Yeah.
Explains a lot. Stop it.
Seriously though, man. You think people are making a big deal out of this? Scott Melker tweeted, "Hey, this is just one charge, guys. Everyone stop freaking out. Plenty of other charges. You can still go to jail for over 100, 200 years." I don't know, man. I don't trust the government.
He's going to go to jail. Now, how long? Now, here's the thing. Like, he's going to go to jail. Like, there's no way he doesn't go to jail. Okay, he's going to jail. Now, the charges against him is, you know, if he were to be found guilty of all the charges, maximum sentence, he could spend like multiple life sentences in jail. He's going to, you know, but what I think is actually going to happen, I think we're going to be pissed off because he's going to put in a plea deal or whatever it is, and plea down the charges, and he's going to do like 10 years, maybe 5. And I think if he goes all the way to court, found guilty, he's done. He is through. I just don't think he's going to get there. I think he's going to plea deal down, and I think that he does somewhere between 5 and 18 years.
I want to know what the chat thinks. Chat, if you think Sam Bankman-Fried will still do jail time, put a 1 in the chat. If you think he will not do jail time, put a 2 in the chat. 1, Sam goes to jail still. 2, he will evade jail time. Let us know what you guys think. While you're letting us know what you think, I like to show what just came out today, vacations. Guys, the first GDP numbers for Q2 are out, and we have grown at a 2.4% pace in Q2 of this year, topping expectations despite recession calls from everyone except for the Fed yesterday, who backtracked and said, we don't think we're going to get a recession anymore. Now, a couple key points here. Gross domestic product, which takes into account net import and export, also government spending, investor spending, and consumer spending. So gauges the strength of the market. Now, the estimate was 2%. We came in at 2.4%, so beating. Now, guys, this is the first, I forget that there's a name they call it, but this is the first estimate, okay? They get revised a few times moving forward, and we won't get the real actual number until about maybe a month and a half, 2 months from now. Consumer spending powered the solid quarter, aided by increases in non-residential fixed investment, government spending, shocker, and inventory growth. A Commerce Department inflation gauge increased 2.6%, down from a 4.1% rise in Q1 of this year and well below the estimate of 3.2%. And if we scroll down here, we can take a look at the chart. This is going back to 2019. We were on a steady growth path until the C word happened. We saw a massive 30% drawdown, followed in the next quarter by a massive 35% uptick. And then we had those 2 consecutive negative quarters, which, you know, up until just recently was considered a recession. 2 quarters in a row, but they refused to call it that. And then we have been in the green ever since then, with this month coming in at 2.4. Robin, are you with the Fed now? We are no longer going to have a recession. The economy's strong, employment's high, employment's high, unemployment is low.
Say we're not going to have a recession?
Saying, does these new GDP numbers, do they sway your decision one way or the other?
You know, the Dow Jones printed 13 green days in a row.
I think it was a week.
Weeks? It was days.
You might be right. I don't know.
It's days, yeah. Not weeks. It's 13 green days. GDP's up 2.4%. And Bitcoin's still trading sideways. So I don't know, man. Bitcoin has been the truth teller here. Has been the forecast when it comes to the overall markets, right? And preceding the S&P 500 having its downturn, and the traditional markets, the fiat markets having downturn, Bitcoin hit its all-time high. And so a lot of people were likening the Bitcoin movement to a precursor to what was happening in the traditional markets. And if we traded sideways, and I don't see us coming out of 30K anytime soon, unless this ETF, this BlackRock ETF, if it gets passed, then all bets are off. You know what? We're going to go into a bull market, and so is traditional fiat. I'm telling you, if the ETF passes, we aren't going in a recession.
We are not.
We are not. As crazy as that is, hear me out. The United States economy lays in limbo with the BlackRock ETF. I have no justification for that. I'm just saying.
How are you going to make a claim with no justification?
Because your man is the man of sentiment. Rob Stradamus has spoken. I'm telling you.
So you think the crypto markets could single-handedly hold up the U.S. economy? You are out of your damn mind. You're out of your mind.
Okay.
He's actually right.
Okay.
Barbie and Taylor Swift can do it.
Here's where I'm getting it, right? The BlackRock's a US-based company, MicroStrategy, Tesla. There's a lot of money already in Bitcoin, right? So what happens if Bitcoin's price 2-3x's, right? It's going to be good. And not to mention that you have a lot of exposure for new American companies, right? And so you're going to have the companies that are already invested in Bitcoin, plus all of the American investors that are already that are holding Bitcoin. A lot of American investors holding Bitcoin. I'm just going to leave it there. And if you have an ETF launching, there's going to be a flood of international money coming in. So there's going to be an injection of capital into the U.S. markets because the value on these U.S.-based companies are going to increase. Money from outside the U.S. is going to pour in to get a position on Bitcoin through the New York Stock Exchange. Remember, there's a lot of money in the New York Stock Exchange that doesn't come from here domestically.
Correct.
And will people feel more comfortable buying Bitcoin through an ETF in the United States than through some other vehicle internationally, than an exchange? I mean, if I'm a bank in Spain, for example, or Italy, like you were saying, like wherever, if I was a bank somewhere, I was a small to medium-sized bank, and I don't want to go through the loopholes of custody, and I want to get a position on Bitcoin, are you going to trust the custodial agents in Europe? Probably not. There hasn't been anybody that stands and shines, that comes to mind there in that region. But an ETF in the United States sounds really good. And then not to mention, if you're a bank or your company and you need the liquidity, you need to be able to sell. Well, hey, you have an ETF, you can just sell that like that, Monday through Friday, anytime. You can. It's very liquid. Now imagine if you're a company and you're in Spain or you're a bank in Spain and you need to draw on liquidity for whatever reason it is, or a company, it doesn't have to be a bank, and you need access to your funds, you need to sell right away. Well, hey, what's the easiest way of selling instead of trying to contact the custodial agent and do an over-counter transfer? No, you just say, hey, sell my stocks, bro. Like, it's quick, it's easy. International money is going to pour in.
This isn't the 1990s. You don't pick up the phone and call a broker.
Well, whatever, you pick up your phone instead of putting it in your face, you put your finger on it. Anyways, what I'm saying is that there's going to be a flood of money internationally coming in. The American companies that have positions on Bitcoin already are going to be successful because the price of Bitcoin is going to 2-3x when that ETF passes. MicroStrategy is going to be the strongest company in the world at some point. When Bitcoin's $1 million, MicroStrategy is going to be king, bro.
That's yeah.
I mean, am I right or am I right? Am I right or right?
I mean, in terms of valuation,
yeah.
There's going to be no. I mean,
and Tesla too, man. I mean, I don't know. They're holding a lot of big.
Not as much as
they sold a lot. I know, but they
held on to a lot too.
That's what I'm saying.
The U.S. government was smart. They would just hold on to the stuff they took away.
They're not investors. They're a nation state.
All right, guys, let's get into the markets. But before we do, we're going to give a shout out to second channel sponsor, iTrust Capital. If you are interested in investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, any other large cryptocurrencies, even XRP now, and you don't want to pay taxes, capital gains or taxes when you retire, well, you're going to want to set up a Roth IRA account with the #1 leading company in our industry, that is iTrust Capital. If you use the link in the description of this video, you will receive $100 once you fund your account. So big shout out to them, and big shout out to Robin, who's going to look at the markets for us. Robin, what do we got?
Okay. So we got Bitcoin coming in at $29,142.26. And so a little down from where we were yesterday, but not much, kind of still range bound in the 29 range. Now, in the 7-day chart, you can see that we came off of this 30K, dipped down a little bit. Looked like we were going the right direction, and Fed Powell just stomped on our parade and back down to 29 again. So I mentioned it before. I do think that we'll trade between 26 and 29. And I think we'll work our way back up to 30K. That's my feeling. But take a look at some of the other tokens on the day, some of the biggest gainers and losers. We have Stellar Lumens up 10% on the 24 hours, but it's still down 3% on the week. XDC up as well, up a full 8%. Chainlink up 5%, and Synthetics and Pepe rounding out. Now, some of the big pullbacks, we got Theta down 4%, Compound down 1.9%. And our favorite, David's absolute number one go-to altcoin, Toncoin, down 2.5% as well. Now,
Your favorite Toncoin?
yes, that is your favorite. Or have you replaced Toncoin with Worldcoin?
I like Tongue Coin.
Tonguecoin. That's very strange. All right, do you have a chart? Because you're creeping me out.
I do have a chart.
Okay.
I got a Bitcoin chart here. And so let's take a look at this Bitcoin chart I got. So guys, Bitcoin on the 1 hour. Okay, so this is data from Coinbase. What we're seeing here is a traditional bear flag. Big move to the downside, followed by a rising channel. In this case, some experts might call it a megaphone. I call it a rising wedge or a bear flag. And it seems as though we've broken through the bottom level trend line, which was coming in right at $29,263. The next move for us, guys, and we do have some volume coming in here right at 29K. Not to mention 29K, nice round psychological number. But expect a retest of this trend line to come in and act as resistance in the very near future. And that would put us right at $29,306. Now, of course, these numbers are a lot smaller because we are looking on the 1 hour. If I go over to the daily, you can see here, not as big of a spill off. Again, we are catching some traction right here at this 29K level. If we do dip below, you have strong support at 28.1. I don't see us going there. But guys, just take a look at these candles, okay? Take a look at these day candles, all right? Now, you guys got to remember, okay, it's psychology of a trader, right? Each candle represents the emotion psychology of a trader. So when you have massive bodies, you can say there was a lot of less indecision in the market. People knew what they wanted. They saw a price come in at $31,000, said, nope, that's too much, and completely drove the price down, and it closed towards its low of the day. Now, if you take a look at these smaller body candles with larger wicks, that represents indecision in the market because the bulls are pushing the prices up, but they can't catch enough steam to continue to push the prices up and close at those highs. And the bears come in and flip to the downside. Same thing. Bulls push it back up. There's this tug of war happening between bulls and bears, and then we settle right where we opened. That is what's been happening, minus this large spill off we had on Monday, where we went from a little over $30,000 all the way down to 29.1, and we've essentially been chopping sideways there. So something to look in Bitcoin, but with Bitcoin, guys, there are certain projects, and this is not financial advice, there's certain projects. It's your moon bag, right? That's your gambling, right? No problem with that. I have a few of those. Not sure if Robin does. But there's ones where it does not matter. You just DCA. And in my opinion, Bitcoin's one of those. Doesn't matter if it's at 30K, DCA. If it's at 28K, DCA. If nothing's changed on the protocol level, don't worry. Be happy. Robin?
I do want to give a quick shout out to the chat. First of all, your ones and twos earlier were split right down the middle. So half our chat thinks that Sam is going to ride free in vacation, not spend any jail time, while the other half thinks he's going to be locked up. Won't let him out. Now,
okay, Akon.
That's right. Now, I do want to give a shout out to the new people here. If you are new, say hello. We have Joanna Nicholson and Joanna Hicks here as well. Also, Cams, Videos, Blockchains, Dave, Jav, Hefe, TubeU82. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto, and we will open up the club at 150. I think we're about 40 likes away, so let's get the like button going, and we're going to open up the club.
Speaking of club, you excited for Saturday?
I am super excited. What time is it? 5 o'clock, right? 5 p.m. Vegas, 8 p.m.
Eastern.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a good show. Maybe if this is a success, maybe
there's a lot of new people that weren't here when we first announced it. Can you let them know what's going on?
150 likes. Open up
no, about Saturday.
We're having a special live stream on Saturday at 5 p.m. Vegas time, 8 Eastern. It's going to be an extravaganza, as we're calling it. Extravaganza stream.
Georgia Baganza.
Yeah. So
It's going to be fun. You don't want to miss it. Turn your notification bells on now. Speaking of something
if we're gonna, on content creators, do want to give a big shout out to DZ from the Hit Network. He's gonna be coming out here in a few weeks. He gave us a shout out on his channel, so we have yet to have him in studio. We've had him on the show. We need to get DZ down here.
What's up, man? You gonna come visit us in the studio? What, bro?
Let's make that a short and send it to him. Thank you. All
right, guys. Let's move on to the biggest headline news. For the first time ever, and yes, Jimmy, it will be a live stream on Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Guys, now you might say, well, hold on, guys. We've had bills. Well, we've never had a standalone bill get approved in a committee before. And while the House Financial Services Committee has voted in favor of the FIT bill. Okay, so this is Tom Emmer's bill. And let me just position myself here before I go into the article. So, if you're not familiar with this gentleman here in the mask, this is an old picture. This is Patrick McHenry. He's the chair of said committee. So the House Financial Services Committee advanced a set of crypto bills after a landmark markup on Wednesday. A majority of lawmakers, sorry guys, I'm adjusting here. Majority of lawmakers ultimately voted in favor of HR 4763, which is also known as the Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act, also known as the FIT for the 21st Century Act, and HR 1747, which is the Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act, after a day-long markup session. Now, guys, 10.5 hours. They were going back and forth, markup, strike this, add that. They finally came to a consensus. A large swath of committee members, both Republicans and Democrats, refused to support the proposed market structure bill, criticizing a clause in the bill that would allocate more power to the CFTC. Now, we know this is a big sticking point for the Democrats. They also expressed concerns about whether the bill would weaken consumer protection enshrined by the U.S. decades-old securities laws. Well, the SEC and securities laws did take a big hit in court this against Ripple. So this is a quote from Patrick McHenry, the chair of this committee. Our comprehensive digital asset market structure legislation recognizes a key issue. Digital assets that are not inherently securities may be offered as part of an investment contract, but that does not make them securities. Okay? That does not make them securities. Goes on. Now, a lot of the Democrats were saying, you want to hand this over to the CFTC. They don't have funding. They don't have the people. They don't have the manpower that the SEC does. Well, an additional $120 million in funding was already approved by the Ag Committee, and they will vest into the CFTC. So that issue seems to have been quelled, okay? Going on. The crypto framework, they said, will temper what they described as the SEC's brutal crackdown on the digital assets industry, incentivizing companies to remain in the U.S. rather than migrate to more crypto-friendly jurisdictions like Hong Kong, like Singapore, like Dubai. The House Ag Committee will start its own markup of this bill on Thursday, which is today. So the way it works, committee has a bill, they agree, they vote on it, it passes the committee. Then they moves on to the next committee. They do markups, they change things. Once it's all set, it goes to the House floor. The complete House votes on it. The whole idea before you propose it to the complete House is it's got support from Democrats and Republicans. And those that voted yes are going to go to their fellow colleagues and say, hey, guys, this is why I think this is good. You should vote on it. We spend this time and this time. And those people who do not sit on those committees, whether Republican or Democrat, they sit there and say, okay, fine, we'll vote yes. They vote yes. It moves to Senate. They vote yes. Joe Biden signs into law, and there you have it. Now, of course, I make that seem like a fast process, but it's really not. This could potentially still take a year or longer. Now, see if I have anything else highlighted here. No, I don't. We do have this right here, which I thought was kind of interesting, okay? So 6 Democrats voted yes for the bill, okay? The age of the 6 Democrats, 35, 41, 47, 48, 50, and 57, with an average age of 46. And the average age of the rest of the Democrats that voted no is 61. More than anything else.
What is this blockchain you speak of?
And why
can't I just use my paper money?
Listen, why do I share this, okay? Why do I share this? Because in my opinion, right? Yes, Democrats have been more against crypto than Republicans have. But looking at these numbers, okay? What we showed you earlier in the show, what we're showing you now, crypto, it seems to me that it's more about wanting to change the current old system that these older senators, older representatives who've been making their money from this system that is trying to be replaced by blockchain, they're more receptive to change. They understand. They're more receptive to new technology, right? You say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So just go buy a new puppy and teach them whatever you want. And so to me, this proves to me that it's not necessarily about Republican, Democrat, but it's about, are you open to change? Robin, do you agree? What are your thoughts?
On open to change?
Just in general.
In general.
Everything I read.
Everything you read.
If you were paying attention.
I was paying attention.
Good job.
I was here.
Thank you.
That's right. Bill, good. There you go. Now, here's the thing. Like, CFTC obviously is, I would caution this. The CFTC seems to be more pro-crypto than the SEC. So the bill outlining the CFTC's control of crypto and the digital markets is a net positive when we look at where we're coming from. But I don't think it's the end-all, be-all, the savior. The CFTC is here. It is another branch of the government, and government is actively fighting against crypto. I know this bill is positive. I know it is a step in the right direction for regulation, but I still am. You ever had a girlfriend that was just a mess or cheated on you, or I don't know. Anyway, just take it the worst person ever. Like, it was hard to trust them. Even if they turn their life around, I'm telling you, you might be weary to believe them. And that's how I look at the U.S. government, man. I'm just like, hey, you know what? This bill might be positive, but you've stomped on crypto for so long, and you've just disrespected us over and over again, and you just hate on us, man. You hate on us. And so for that reason, I'm scarred. I'm scoring. And even though this bill might be positive, I look at the CFTC as the leading agency behind the regulation here, as framed in this bill. And it makes sense. It sounds good. But look, I don't think it's I can't just jump on that train and be like, this is great. This is absolutely phenomenal.
Look, this bill is not perfect, okay? Yeah. It's going to get a lot of write-ups and markups and X this and add this. So until we see the final bill and what it looks like when it gets passed through the House and then finally the Senate, then we can really say, yes, this is a great bill. But understand something, guys. There's going to be regulation in our industry. If you wanted to thrive here in the U.S., there's going to be regulation. Some things you're going to say, wow, that makes sense. Some things you're not going to like. It is what it is. It is what it is. LMP said, I'm going to have to move out of the U.S. Hey, if that's an option for you, great. Something I've actually talked about myself as well. If this thing continues, our channel here is based around cryptocurrency. So if we're ever in a situation where we can't talk about cryptocurrency or it becomes outlawed or some crazy thing, we're going to move to Portugal. Right, Robin?
That's right. Hola! That's how you say hi in Portuguese. How you doing?
Also, I want to give a shout out to my man, Forrest, Assisting Research. Thank you so much for filling in when I was gone, man. You were amazing, Forrest. We love you. Also, we love my ninja for throwing some money at us. 99-cent super chat. Didn't say anything, just wanted to give us some money. So to you,
super sticker.
A super sticker. My apologies. So my ninja, thanks for the sticker.
Also, so just to clarify, just a little bit more on that CFTC and SEC, like, why does that make such a big difference? Is, well, if a crypto project, a token, if it's deemed a security, then it has to follow the securities law and be, go through IPO and, similar to ICO, but, public offer. Anyways, it just doesn't work for crypto. And that's been the issue, is the SEC's over and over said, hey, come in and register. Well, Bitcoin can't come in and register. Why? Because it's a commodity. And the CFTC is commodities. That's their thing.
It is the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. Yes. It's in the name.
Yeah. So you have the SEC, which regulates securities, which is not where we want to be at for crypto. And you have the commodities, which is regulated by the CFTC. And that's where it makes the most sense for cryptos to be at. But like I said, I would proceed with caution as far as your jubilation, because
Now, Rob, let me ask you this question: Is this important in the fact that this is the first ever standalone crypto bill? Does that tell you that they're starting to take our industry more serious? And does that give you hope we'll finally get some clarity for not just the investor, but for projects that are looking to start new things and revolutionize the industry, whatever the case may be?
I mean, there was going to have to be a first bill anyways, and I think that it was going to come within the next 6 months regardless.
But does this tell you that they're actually now truly ready to sit down, put their dumb differences aside, and say, hey, is this a victory for us? Because they have said, hold on, because they have said now, crypto is here to stay. We cannot do anything about it. Let's form some legislation around it.
I did not believe the first bill was ever, I knew it was coming. It's like when you're going to be out of school, or you're going to quit your job, or you're going to go on vacation. It's like a ways out. Like, it's coming. You just, maybe you haven't booked the dates yet. You're going to take a vacation. Maybe you haven't went through and planned it out. It's coming, but you're still kind of in disbelief by going through the motions every day that it's actually going to be here. And then, hey, it arrives and the first bill passes. So for me, I thought this day would never come, put it that way. But yeah, I knew it would eventually. And it's refreshing that they finally passed the bill. That's where we're at. Our emotions have been played around for so long that we finally got it, and I'm happy. So.
Not playing my emotions, man. Now, guys, this is Tom Emmer's sponsored bill. So we know Tom Emmer has been a champion of our industry for quite a while. One of the most outspoken, most educated people in Congress, right, in comparison to his colleagues on our industry. And he's the one. And, well, we have a few words that we want to share. This was tweeted from Tom Emmer. So let's take a look at this video.
Mr. Emmer is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman McHenry. I'm proud to have this nonpartisan bill, the Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act, included in this markup today. I've been working on this legislation for the past 4 Congresses, and I'd like to thank my friend Darren Soto from Florida for co-leading this effort with us. The bill is simple. It codifies long-standing guidance from the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network within Treasury, FinCEN, on how the money transmission framework applies to the decentralized blockchain space. The money transmission licensing framework in the United States is a state-by-state framework requiring more than 50 state and territorial licenses, as well as federal registration with FinCEN. Of course, money transmission licensing laws are designed to protect consumers from the risk of loss of assets, a risk presented when transmitters, money transmitters, and other intermediaries actually take control of consumer funds. However, with state regulations varying on what type of blockchain-related entities qualify as money transmitters, major discrepancies in the state-by-state framework create uncertainty for providers who never have custody of customer funds and, in fact, even provide extra layers of protection for the very consumers that money transmitter laws are designed to protect. To provide a solution, the Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act codifies existing FinCEN guidance to affirm that non-custodial blockchain developers and service providers, like miners, validators, and wallet providers, that never custody consumer funds do not have to register as a money transmitter.
That is a big one, guys. Do you remember the very first piece of legislation that Elizabeth Warren put out, right? The term broker was left so vague that essentially would have made anyone who develops software, miners, KYC, anyone that they come in contact with. And so this is the second part of that bill, the one that Tom Emmer, this is separate from the Fit for 21st Century bill. This is a separate one. This passed as well. And so, guys, again, we're going to see a lot more markups. We're going to see a lot more people add things, subtract things. So once we get the final bill in the Senate to get voted on, we'll go a little more in detail and, really nitpick what's good, what's bad. Also, I do want to give a shout out to Luke, $5 Super Chat. Your channel is in the top 90% of my YouTube channels. Thanks, guys. Hola. Thank you, Luke, for your support. We plan on being in more than just the top 90. We want to be in the top 99%.
We want to be number one, baby.
That's right, baby. All right. Now, what was intriguing to me is something I deem as more of a straightforward legislation to get people to like agree on is stablecoins, right? Pretty simple. A, you want to make sure they have dollars backing the stablecoin. B, you want to make sure they're held at a qualified custodian. Pretty straightforward, right? Well, apparently that is one bill that has stalled, and that is the Stablecoin Bill Act. So U.S. stablecoin talks stall as Senate senior House Republican blames the White House, and that person is none other than Patrick McHenry. Negotiations over a comprehensive framework for payment stablecoins in the U.S. have stalled. Patrick McHenry said, quote, unfortunately, there was a third party in this negotiation that did not share the same sense of urgency, and he said it was the White House. A bipartisan deal was within reach, he said, adding that negotiators were close than ever that we've ever been after 15 months of talks. So this is why I said it's still going to take a while, okay? 15 months of talks and all down the drain. We don't have any clarity on stablecoins. Finger pointing starts. Maxine Waters, who's a ranking member on the Financial Services Committee, blasted the version of the stablecoin bill that is up for consideration Thursday, criticizing Patrick McHenry as impatient and calling the current version of the bill deeply problematic and bad for America due to a provision that allows state regulators to approve stablecoin issuances without Federal Reserve input. She also raised concerns that companies like Amazon and Facebook could issue their own digital currencies if the bill, as currently written, became law. But what I don't get is this, okay? You can easily make part of the bill that every one stablecoin, every dollar worth of stablecoin has to be backed by a dollar asset. And if that's the case, then what's the difference? If anything, it's going to help the liquidity in the treasuries market, right? We see that Tether alone, if it were to rank among the top countries that hold the most U.S. treasuries, they would be in the top 25. So we've seen the Treasury Department, Janet Yellen, come out and say, we're worried about the liquidity in the treasuries market. We might need the Fed to step in. Like, you're worried about de-dollarization, right? BRICS and all the currency and all the chatter that's going on. Saudi Arabia moving away from the petrodollar, trade being settled with China and other countries in the Middle East outside of the dollar. And here you have an opportunity to continue the dollar's dominance, right? In one form of another, whether it's represented digitally or whether it's represented in cash or in your bank account. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. So to me, that's a little confusing. The Fed does not support the bill. Treasury does not support the bill. And we do not have the support of those who asked us to get involved with stablecoins. I don't know, man. When something's out of my area of expertise, right? I'm not a Fed expert. I'm not a Treasury expert. So I fall back on common sense, right? I fall back on what's the motive, what's common sense. To me, common sense just does not make any sense. To me, this is their way of saying we want the Fed. They know a CBDC is coming. They want a CBDC, and they see this as a direct competition to a CBDC. Robin, do you share the same sentiment that I have, or do you have a different take?
No, I kind of I line up with what you're saying. My thing is so they're hanging their hat on this. A Facebook, Meta, any company can essentially create their own token with this bill. I don't agree with that because even with this bill, it's not clearly saying that every single digital token is a commodity. They're not saying that. This is the groundwork for the CFTC to participate and work with digital assets, particularly the DeFi sector, and what classifies tokens to be either commodity or security. And so if a company does come out, let's just say Amazon, and they just say, hey, let's create our own token, bring up and generate a ton of money, I don't think that they are free of fines and
the proper oversight.
The oversight from the SEC. I don't see this as a loophole. It's not that. And did you get that? I know they said they want to give more power to the CFTC, but I didn't see in this bill that they say digital assets are not going to be touched by the SEC at all. Period.
No.
In game. Like they didn't say that.
No, they're not taking it completely away from these.
Then that's what I'm saying. Like
they're just breaking it up in parts.
Yeah. So Amazon cannot launch their own token and just generate a bunch of money just YOLOing out. Now, maybe it's a little easier. Maybe there are some loopholes that lawyers can take advantage of, but I think those areas will be addressed. And here's the thing: you're not going to get perfect regulation from the onset. So you can either go two ways here. You can either say, "Hey, we want to create a framework for digital assets for crypto. We want to have it regulated, I guess, in their eyes, or whatever that means. But we're not, and we need it. I agree. I think that the way the U.S. financial markets work, if you want to plug in there and be traded on the stock exchange, you got to play by their rules in some way, shape, or form. Now, there's certain rules they want that are just unrealistic, like come in and register. But there are rules that we agree that are going to be there. And I don't know, man. I don't think the SEC is going to be shunned out of crypto with this bill. And
no, they're not.
They're not going to get it perfect the first time around. That's all I'm saying. And so maybe it comes out and there are some loopholes and there's some amendments coming down the line. There's some different bills that address other exploits. But the thing is you either start now, send something out, fix it if it ain't perfect, which is exactly what politics is supposed to do in legislation, or you can just put your hands up and be like, nope, this bill right here is not perfect. There's going to be an exploit, so we're not going to pass it. Like, come on, man.
I agree. Guys, I want to give you some more time to let's open up the club. We're so close. So let's talk about Italy. Rocco, do we have Italian sound effects?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I got the sound effect, the regular one.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Unfiltered.
Italy's central bank taps Polygon and Fireblocks DeFi to help institutions dabble with tokenized assets. This is interesting. Now, you guys got to remember, the likes of Larry Fink and all these people at Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, they have said the tokenization of real world assets like U.S. treasuries and securities is the future, right? And we're talking about a $22+ trillion industry when it comes to just U.S. treasuries alone. The platform aims to help traditional financial institutions to experiment with security tokens and execute transactions using DeFi rails in a safe, regulated manner. The project will involve Italian banks, asset managers, and financial institutions, according to the press release, including the country's largest banking group, Intesa Sanpaolo, with more than $1 trillion in total assets under management, not to mention the Central Bank of Italy. So Polygon is now working with governments. Robin, does this make you a lot more bullish on Polygon, or is this just
I'm yellowing in right now. I'm going to go pick up a bag. Nah, it's good, man. There's no end to Polygon's partnerships, their growth. You got to love it, man. You also got to love Jimmy gifting out another 20 memberships, which he did on cue when we got to 150 likes, which means that it's been a while, but your boys here at Sin City Crypto, we're going to open up this damn club. Rocco! Do it.
Do you remember where the button is?
The music don't play? You got no club music?
We got rugged.
I wonder if the chat can hear it.
Robin,
you can play it. Just
no, it's got to be music. Listen, we promise you guys. We made a promise. Tomorrow we will open up the show with the club.
No, we're not gonna open up the show with the club.
Tomorrow we will do the club at some point.
What is the music?
Tomorrow. We'll make sure to get our music in there as well. So yeah. All right, guys. We want to say a big thank you to our channel sponsor.
Rug pull.
Rug pull, yeah. Yeah, Jim, here come the rug pull. Jimmy, no, you can't get a refund on the 20 gifted membership. Sorry.
It's been a while. We haven't tested the club button out in a while, so
yeah,
we got to get back to the drawing board.
Guys, we will fix it. Also, speaking of fixing, if your networking needs fixing or your cybersecurity needs fixing, you're going to want to hit up Cam's Blue Wire Technology. They are one sponsor of this channel. So big thank you and shout out to them. There is a link in the description of this video, or simply go to bluewiretech.com, the best customer service in the industry. How do we know that? Well, we've spent hours upon hours on the phone with them to help us with our networking issues. Also, guys, go follow us on Twitter at Sin City Crypto 1. Go buy some merch. Don't be cheap. For you, for your dog, for your car, for your lady friend, or if you are a lady, for yourself. If you're a well member, you do get 10% off. Also, Robin.
Yo.
What's up? Anything else to add?
Peace.
All right, Rocco. Hold on. Whoa. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? There's no finger tornado. Thank you. Rocco. What is going on? Oh, we are opening up the club.
Yeah, the club is back, baby. Yeah.
Ladies dancing was in Florida. I was in black club. I was like doing a rave. I was on acid.
Finger. Now you can go finger tornado.
All right.
Go.
I can't do 2 finger tornadoes. Just outro. Guys, come back tomorrow.
Surprise.
We love you. What the hell happened today? I don't know. Guys, thank you so much. Come back tomorrow. Same time, same place to end your week with us. We love you all on behalf of myself, Robin, and Rocco. Thank you again. Until tomorrow, my friends.
Sin City Crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Named according to your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.